Welcome to Master Your Trading Game, key insights from trading in the zone. Today, we're diving deep into the wisdom of Mark Douglas's classic, Trading in the Zone. But I'm not just summarizing a book. I'm handing you the keys to unlock your trading mind. This is an immersive, personal walkthrough of the mindsets that separate consistent traders from the ones still hoping, doubting, and blowing accounts. So, if you're tired of surface level advice and you're ready to dig into what actually makes or breaks your trading game, then lock in. Chapter 1. The market isn't your enemy, your mind is. Let's start here, because if you don't grasp this, everything else will fall apart. Mark Douglas doesn't coddle anyone. He opens with a painful truth. The market owes you nothing. It doesn't care about your dreams, your effort, or how badly you need this to work. Sound harsh? Good, because you need to hear it. Most traders act like victims. The market tricked me. It reversed on purpose. The broker's manipulating price. Nah, what's really happening is internal. The market is just doing what it does, like the ocean. And if you don't understand its nature, you'll drown. Think about this. Every time you click that button to open a trade, it's you interpreting the data. It's your story you're telling yourself. It's your past trauma, your last blown account, your childhood money fears, your recent win streak, coloring every single decision. So Douglas says this clearly. If you want to master trading, start by mastering you. Chapter 2. Most traders think they're probabilistic, but they're not. Let's say your strategy has a 60% win rate. That's great. But here's what happens. You take 3 losses in a row. You start doubting, you tweak your system, you skip the next trade, then that one wins. Now you're angry. You think you missed the big one. Douglas would say, you weren't trading your edge. You were chasing certainty. You see, traders say they understand probabilities, but emotionally, they don't. Because most of us were raised in systems that punish failure. Get a math problem wrong, bad grade. Make a mistake at work, get fired. So now, when we take a loss, we see it as failure. But in trading, losses are data, nothing more. You could flip a coin 100 times, and even if heads has the edge, there'll be clusters of tails. That's variance. That's normal. The moment you truly accept that each trade is independent and that your job is just to execute your edge consistently, you stop flinching. You stop panicking. You start trading like a professional. Chapter 3. Beliefs aren't just thoughts, they're triggers. Have you ever entered a trade, then immediately regretted it? Closed it early, only for it to run perfectly without you. That wasn't the market. That was your belief system sabotaging you. Douglas goes deep here. He says that beliefs aren't just ideas, they're emotional patterns. Most of them are unconscious, and they trigger behaviors you're not even aware of. Let's break this down. Let's say you were raised around financial instability. Maybe money always meant stress in your household. Now you're trading. You win a big trade, and instead of feeling proud, you feel anxious. You start self-sabotaging, taking reckless trades, giving it all back. Why? Because deep down, your nervous system is more familiar with chaos than success. This book forces you to confront those layers because you can't fix a trading issue with another course or another strategy. You have to reprogram your inner world. That's where consistency starts. Chapter 4, The Myth of Control and How It Keeps You Losing. Here's a hard pill. You can't control outcomes. You can only control your process. But most traders, they're obsessed with being right. They say, I knew it was going to drop, even if they didn't take the trade. They get emotional when a setup doesn't work. They take losses personally. Douglas says this obsession with control is dangerous because control is an illusion. And when you try to control something uncontrollable, you build stress, tension, and emotional fatigue. Think of it this way. A surfer doesn't try to control the wave. They study it, position themselves, and ride it when the timing is right. That's how you trade. You don't force trades. You align with the flow. Chapter 5. The zone is a product of repetition, not motivation. Ever had a day where everything just clicked? You weren't overthinking. You weren't chasing. You were calm, composed, and precise. That's what Douglas calls the zone. But here's the truth. The zone doesn't show up randomly. It's built through habit, through repetition, through discipline. It's like going to the gym. You don't get stronger by thinking about push-ups. You get stronger by showing up, especially on the days you don't feel like it. So many traders wait until they feel ready, but the zone comes from consistent action, journaling, reviewing trades, practicing detachment over and over until it becomes your baseline. That's when trading becomes effortless, not easy, but clear. Chapter 6. Your self-image is your profit ceiling. This is one of the most overlooked ideas in the entire book. Douglas implies that no matter how good your system is, you'll only make what your self-image allows. If deep down you don't believe you deserve wealth or success or ease, you'll unconsciously sabotage it. That's why some traders always withdraw their profits after a big win or overtrade after a big loss. It's not logic, it's self-worth. The fix? Start seeing yourself as a professional. Speak it, act it, dress like it. Show up with purpose because your outer world reflects your inner identity. Upgrade that, and your results will follow. Chapter 7. Discipline isn't restriction, it's freedom. Most people hear discipline and think of rules, rigidity, boredom. But in trading, discipline is liberation. Discipline means you don't have to second guess. You follow your plan, you take the trade, you manage risk, you walk away. That's freedom. The undisciplined trader is a prisoner. They're trapped in emotions, in uncertainty, in chaos. Douglas wants you to understand, every decision you don't systemize becomes an opportunity for self-doubt. So build systems, build rules, not to limit you, but to protect you from your worst impulses. Chapter 8. Real confidence comes from doing the work. Confidence isn't built from one win. It's built from repetition, even when things suck. It's knowing that even after 5 losses, you'll still take the next valid setup. It's trusting your process more than your emotions. That's real confidence. Quiet, steady, rooted in preparation. Douglas's whole point is that confidence isn't something you get, it's something you become through daily, boring, intentional practice. Final chapter, becoming the trader you envision. This isn't just about trading anymore. This is about how you do life. Trading exposes everything, your fear, your greed, your impatience, your insecurities. It puts a mirror in front of you. That's why it's so difficult, but also why it's so transformative. Douglas doesn't want you to trade better. He wants you to become better, more patient, more emotionally intelligent, more self-aware. Because the market rewards clarity, not chaos. So here's the final truth. The difference between the traders who make it and the ones who quit isn't strategy. It's how deeply they're willing to look inward, how honestly they're willing to take responsibility, how bravely they're willing to change. This book is your roadmap. The rest is on you. Thanks for spending your time with me. If this resonated, subscribe, drop a comment, and share with a fellow trader. And remember, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your mindset. Master your mind, and the market becomes your playground.